Hello, welcome to Art and Soul Insider. I'm Barbara Lynn Burns. I am so glad you're here. Welcome to those that are new, and welcome back to those that have been here before. This is a time where art and wellness kind of intermix. But the beautiful thing, too, is that I have them time-stamped. So what that means is you can go specifically to whatever you want to go to. So in the description, it'll have the times and the description of what's at that time. And what you can do if you want to go to the guided meditation and just do that for the day, you can go straight to that point. Or if you want to go to the featured supply, you can go to that part. Or you could go to the project that we're going to do, the art project. So, or again, another or is you could go to the oracle reading that we have. So lots of options. You can watch it all the way through, or if you want, you can go bit by bit and to your favorite part. So if you're not into the guided meditations and stuff like that, that's fine. But if you love art, head to the projects and watch that. So then you'll get lots of fun there. So I'm really happy that you're here. We've got a fun little class today. We've got a lovely, to the point guided meditation. We've got a supply that's a little different, and I'll be using it in today's project, as well as we've got a really fun project that we're going to be using acrylics with. So bring out your acrylics, and if you don't have acrylics, you know what? You could use watercolor. You could use pencil crayons. Again, it's all about creativity and reaching out and trying something new, or trying something that you're comfortable with, right? So my aim is that you're here and you're going to take a moment from your busy schedule and just be here and relax and take it easy. So with that, let's get going. Okay, here we are at the supply section. So what is it all about? Today we're going to be talking about, I'm trying to turn them all sideways so you can see them. We're going to talk about acrylic ink, okay? Now you can get a whole bunch of different colors. I just have some. I have a white, a titanium white, a yellow medium azo. This is a different brand. This is all Liquitex in the glass containers. This is Holbein. Again, this is a super opaque white, so it's going to actually be very, well, you'll put it down and you won't be able to see through it. So that's what's special about that one. I've got raw umber, transparent though, carbon black. Oh my goodness, I never know how to pronounce them. Naphthalene crimson, and oh my gosh, thiocyan blue with a green shade. So I always have trouble with the names, but at least I know the colors, right? So anyways, these are really fun to do. I use them. You shake them up really well, okay? And what it'll show on the side here, before I get into things, is if it's opaque, okay? It's light fastness, okay? So it's opacity. That means it's really good. You put it down, you won't be able to see the color underneath. Light fastness for this one, okay? It's 1, and that means excellent. So again, you can go and see this is semi-opaque. Well, the light fastness for this one is excellent. So they're very high quality, okay? So they're like your acrylic paints, but they are liquid, okay? So you can use a stylus and a nib to actually draw on with these, okay? Which is something unheard. You'd never would draw with acrylics before, but with these you can. They're very liquidy. Let's see if I can get a piece of paper here for you. Okay, so what it does is it has a stopper, okay? I would put this on my actual palette, and you know, the palettes with the circles all the way around, that is perfect. So there's the acrylic paint. Okay, so you know, you can mix your colors, you can mix it with the white. It works really, really well with mixing, but again, you have to do it in the palette. You can't necessarily mix on the surface that you're going to be working on. So, I mean, these are fun and exciting and really interesting to use. So, you know, if you want to, pick up one. Try it. You know, today I'm going to possibly be using the white, I'm thinking, more than the other colors. So you'll get to see how I kind of use it as a topper and stuff like that on the regular acrylics. Okay? So, yeah. With that, that's your liquid acrylic ink. Something different. Okay, we're on to the guided meditation. I add the guided meditation as an extra form of relaxation because I believe, and studies have shown, that art is healing in when you're doing it. You kind of transport yourself to another time and place, and the world kind of disappears when you're doing art. And so it's a very positive thing. It just gives your body and your mind a reprieve from life. But this guided meditation is just kind of like an extra bonus. And I also do them in hopes that perhaps that you'll possibly do meditation on your own time. Now, these videos are perfect that you can do that if you're not ready to do meditation on your own as such, like by yourself. So you could also use these videos, as I mentioned earlier, go to the timestamp and go to the exact spot where the guided meditations begin and press play and get your guided meditation on. So that will work really wonderful if you choose to do that. So get comfortable, okay? Sit back and relax and close your eyes. Picture a relaxing place, like a beach, a mountaintop, a forest, or anywhere that you find peace. Imagine what you see, hear, and smell in your imagined oasis. Start to breathe in slowly, allowing the air to fill your lungs. Hold your breath for a moment, and then slowly release your breath as you continue to picture your surroundings. In your imagined oasis, what do you hear? What do you see? What do you smell? As you take another breath, feel any tension you're holding on to drain from your muscles. As you breathe in and out, let go of any negative thoughts from the day. Free your mind of worry as you continue to picture your happy place. Draw from the serenity of this moment. Allow the calmness of your imagined oasis to wash away your worries and drain tension from your muscles. Visit here again whenever you like to relax and to instill a sense of calm. You can also visit other areas you find relaxing. The choice is yours. But remember, you can always come back for an escape from the tension and stress of everyday life. You can now open your eyes. There you go. I love the simplicity of this one. I think it's a perfect example of how you can take this guided meditation with you. Because all you have to remember is your happy place. And you imagined your happy place. You do a few deep breaths. Keep imagining your happy place. Think of the smells, the sounds, what you see. And then after, numerous deep breaths, you come back. I mean, it's just a wonderful, simple, guided meditation, but it really is effective. I find I do relax, even when I do a short little one like I just did. But imagining my peaceful oasis just brings me immediate relaxation. And then putting in the sights and the sounds and the smells just really takes you to another place, and on top of doing the deep breathing. So, yeah. I put this here, this picture, because just in case you didn't want to close your eyes, because some people don't. So this is actually one that we did. You can look for it if you find this appealing. So with that, let's get going on our project. Okay, here we go. So we're going to be working with acrylics today. But if you don't have acrylics, you don't, necessarily don't have to pass this video up. You could always gain ideas about how to, do composition and work with colors and that type of thing. That can help you. You could also play along with the supplies that you do have, because that's always fun. And that'll add some creativity on your part on figuring out how can I best use these supplies. So with that, first thing for supplies, what we need is I've got a long one today. This is about 15 inches by 5.5. Okay. And what I've done is I've divided it up into 3. So I did my thirds as such. I have actually a pencil line underneath this tape. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. So there's that. And then I just put the tape around. You don't need to tape this because this is actually a pad, and everything is kind of glued down except for a little opening at the top here. I chose to have a border because when I take these apart, I'll actually be cutting them into 3. I find working especially with acrylics, I like doing multiples, in the fact that I've got the paint, I've got the colors, so let's just continue. And so I'm really partial to seeing multiples on walls. I think they look really good. And I find that odd numbers seem to work best. That's my preference, but I've also heard that it's other people's preference as well. So there you go. So we're going to need, I'm just going to close this up while I'm sharing the supplies. You're going to need tape, okay? Unless you have a pad and you just want to, you know, let it go right to the edge. So there's tape. You can also take a piece of paper, of watercolor paper, and then just tape it to a board or tape it to your table, and it'll be good. And when the paper dries, with the paint and stuff like that, you remove the tape and the paper will be flat. So that's really good. So I've got some different colors of paints today. So we're going straight from the tubes, okay? This is a brilliant yellow green. This is a Liquitex light magnesia. This is Artist Loft. I believe this is Michael's brand. Liquitex, again, turquoise blue and cadmium yellow medium hue. So I wish this was a warm yellow, and I don't have a warm yellow, so but that will work. We'll make it work. On top of that, again, as I mentioned earlier, I've got the acrylic ink. So here's the white, the super opaque one, and the titanium one. So I've got that. I also have, and we'll see if I use it. Sometimes I don't use what I have. There's iridescent gold, deep, fine. This is fluid acrylic. This is Deco Art Dazzling Metallics. This is Emperor's Gold. They're a little different. I'm going to just see what works best, okay? I may use these again, as I said. To making mark making, on top of the colors, I've got these woodies, Stabilo's woodies, they're called, okay? And these are to be marked on top. These are also watercolor. These are water soluble, so I could do that, but since I'm working with acrylics, I'm going to just use them straight as art marking, okay? You could use pencil crayons. That works well, okay? Whoops. And then I've got some stencils. Let's see, I dropped something. Yes, I did, and I don't know where it is. I find I collect things that make marks. Oh, it was my little bubble. My little bubbles. You know, that you like to snap those for packing bubbles. Okay, so this will make some different nice markings, and I've got some sponges that I'll use for the stencils if I choose to use them. So, wow. Oh, there it is. Let me just deep dive and get it. Okay, I've used this before. I can use it again, so yeah, it'll be good. So that is that. So let's get going. Naturally, I have my blow dryer close for, you know, drying things a little quicker than natural time. So there we go. Tape I don't need anymore. There we go. This fits perfect, doesn't it, on camera? Love it. Okay, so you can gesso this if you want. This is hot pressed paper, so it's very smooth. Okay, I'm not going to gesso. Okay, I'm just going to put the paint directly on because I'm using a white base, so I'm okay with that. So I'm going to put the paint on the palette. Come on. There we go. Get the colors that you like. That's a key of, part of my combination of stuff that I have. And that's why I didn't have a warm yellow, because usually warm yellow is not my favorite color. But, and this is very much of a cool yellow. So that happened, but we will make do. No worries, no worries. I'm not concerned. So I'm going to take this, and white paper always scares people. So what I could do is take a pencil and just start marking things up. There, don't have to be so concerned. I'm going to take some of the woodies. There we go. Just add some color. It's down, right? So now what I'm going to do is kind of work in sections, okay? Whoops, stuck my thumb in the paint there. Just be free in putting that paint down. Try not to put it in the same positions as the other one, right? We want it a little different. There we go. Clean my brush. I've got a towel here. Okay, so then I don't want my paintbrush really wet with the acrylics, so I'm going to dry it off. So really your brush, when you're using it, is more just a transporter of the color. So there we go. And add a little bit there. And a bit here, a bit here. I'm just using my intuition right now, just to put that paint down, right? It's just a matter of just allowing yourself to just kind of play. Just like you were a kid, right? Remember when we used to just play with this stuff and we weren't really trying to figure out things or anything like that? It was just a matter of playing, right? So I'm kind of doing sections of the paint, okay? So I'm doing sections of the colors and stuff like that. And, see how I've been bringing it up to an edge? I'm not really being perfect and tidy, okay? I'm just playing with it, putting the paint down. Steely blue. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. So now we're going to use the yellow. It's very transparent. So it's picking up some of the color underneath, which, you know, I wasn't really wanting that, but it's okay. We're gonna have to got some of that teal coming through. There we go. It should be better. But again, I'm getting some of that teal coming up with the yellow, because if I look at the yellow, I'm thinking it's transparent. Yeah, it's semi-opaque, right? So that means it's not really a great yellow to, if you want to cover something up. Now, I'm not afraid of not covering it up, right? I'm okay with that. Oops. I picked up some purple. Not purple. I picked up some of the turquoise, and it's changing the color of the yellow. So if I want it not to be contaminated, I could wait until everything's dry. But I'm okay with a little paint mixing here and there. But you see this? Yeah, I'd wait till it's dry. I'm going to do another yellow, because I want the yellow to kind of show up. See, there you go. So I'm going to wipe my brush on my towel. Get rid of that teal, so it stays as pure as we can make it. Oh, the pink was a little wet, because I did put it down pretty wet. So I'm going to now blow dry this, because then I'm going to do some more paint on top. Because I want my yellows to be yellow. Okay. Oops. Make sure I almost got myself painted there. So the green is going to show it's going to show underneath, because it's dried, right? But I want it to be a little bit more yellow. So the yellow's coming stronger now. You see that? This might not come as yellow, because it's very, very got a good pink streak through it. Okay. I'm gonna a little bit of that green. Semi-opaque. So that's what you have to watch out is the opacity of colors, right? So if you don't want that to happen, right, then you have to look for a yellow that is opaque. So what that would mean, that would be totally blacked out or whited out. Sorry, whited out. See? So this turquoise blue, see? You're not seeing any of my markings underneath that. That's a perfect example. I'm glad I actually had ones that were opaque to show you that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add stuff on top, okay? We can do some more pencil lines, scraping the paint, right? That gives a really neat effect, right? It just kind of opens up the space and the coloring. So that's really neat. Again, I'm gonna maybe dry this because I want other stuff on top too. So, we've got some marks now. So wait, whoops. So let's go with this. So I'm going to be taking these guys. I might mix them together. Okay, they're both a little liquidy. Okay, so this is acrylic paint, and so is this. Deco art and craft paints have a little bit more water in them compared to regular acrylics. Okay, this is fluid acrylics, so naturally, as you can hear, it's very fluid. So I want, oops, falling all over the place. Wow, that was a big and then this, oh wow, this has been in my collection for years and I haven't taken this off. Now watch, it's going to be one of those tough ones. If it's a tough one, I'm going to speed this along with the magic of color. Well, make sure everything's mixed, right? I want to combine the two because I'm thinking this is a little too, well, it's orange, which orange isn't bad. And just kind of brush. And press. Oh, a blob. It just smeared. Oh, well. Maybe I pressed too hard. I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay. Silly me. As soon as I did it, I was like, I knew what happened. So what makes abstracts really come alive are the layering that a person does. Okay, I can't put it over there. I don't want to do it there. Don't want to do it there. Do it right here. There we go. That one really kind of messed up over here. See how it's really splotched together? I might have to, I don't know if I want to bring in, ink, you know, black ink, because I want this kind of nice and bright, but we'll see. That's the thing with art. You're always experimenting, always playing, because something like this doesn't work out and you're kind of like, but this is a perfect opportunity to try something new, to try something different. If this really bothers you, then how can you make it better? And that's where the creativity comes in. That's where you kind of say, okay, I could do this, you know, and that my thought was, okay, I could define them more with an ink pen. That was my first thought. I might just like it like that as a blob of color. I could maybe do more solid blobs of it. Actually, yeah, let's do that. There, see? So I put a blob of stuff there. Blob of paint. So it'll look like, oh, my fingers, look at that. that I meant to do that, right? I did. Again, pressing hard because that's what I did with the other one. And there's my blob of color. Okay. Okay. Now I need to do a softer one to coincide with the others, because the others have... Now you don't have to make, oh, because I did 2 marks of this here, I have to do 2 marks of that there. You don't have to do that. I'm just choosing to. There we go. I don't want to cover up too much of the color, though. That's the thing with that. So, okay, it's not bad. Not bad. We're just playing, just good. You know, and that's the thing. You need to have, or it's best when you have an attitude of play. That you're just going to try things out. You know, like I wasn't pleased with either of these colors, so I said, hey, let's mix them together. So that's what I did, you know. So here we've got the acrylic ink. You know what, I'm going to blow dry this, because if I'm going to use a stencil, I'm going to have to lay it flat, right? And so we don't want the paint on my stencil, like the gold paint. Okay, just need a little drink. These are looking a little flat. That's the thing with the acrylics. They dry flat. Sometimes they have a little sheen, but you know, this is very flat, right? No shine, no nothing. It's kind of a void. So what I want to do is I want to kind of enliven that. So I'll try and put a stencil here. I'm going to try out on here because I'm not too sure how this will respond to a stencil. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put down. It's very liquidy. Okay, so I'm going to take my sponge and okay, it does some bleeding. Does some bleeding, but you know what? I'm okay with some bleeding. Lay it flat. There we go. I'm going to do some here as well. Together. I might do that down here as well. Kind of like that. Kind of like that idea. Something here, don't we? See how it's kind of a void, right? Do I want to add more white, or will it look too much like, oh, you know, they did 2 here, 2 there, you know, they're doing 2 everywhere. I don't mind the white, you know? I'm thinking. Pause was thinking. When I'm doing these creations on YouTube here, I'm thinking and creating just as much as you'd be thinking and creating for your own stuff. So, I mean, that's what's beautiful about creation, right? It's just a beautiful thing. It's not like a mathematical equation where you have it all figured out. It's something that you're having to figure out every step of the way. And I'm taking that step of the way. I kind of like it. Yeah, okay, I'm liking it. Now, I'm thinking something here, because this, see, has some visual interest. I don't have a focal point for these. I'm viewing them as a group. So your eye's just going to see the whole unit. That's kind of what I was thinking with this. Do I want it here? Do I want the white here? Or do I want the white here? Or is it too much the similar? My intuition is saying here. So I'm going there. Okay? Going. Of this. I wish I could show you I guess I can. I'm just using drops. You see that? Just drops of them. Not much. And I'm kind of making sure it's kind of a little kind of used up as such on it, so it doesn't it's not going to blob on me as much. There we go. On the lighter colors, it doesn't show up. It's less of a contrast here compared to this because it's a darker color. Okay, so there we go. Now, what am I going to do with this? I'm liking the texture for doing some texture stuff with this. So I can use some of this paint that I still have remaining to add some texture. So I'm going to add maybe the green. What's the green? Is the green... Where's the... we don't have any markers and saying what they... Oh, it's very, very small print right there. Okay? It says translucent. Okay? So, no, not wanting that. Maybe it's a translucent... Well, let's try it. So I'm going to take the brush and just go thin. I'm trying to thin out my paintbrush, so I'm not adding copious amounts. Little bit of texture. That's what I'm wanting. I'm okay with it if it showed up more, but I'm okay with this too. See how it's just adds something there, okay? I'm okay with that. Yeah. I gotta work quick when I do that because it is I'm putting it on so thin, and acrylic dries fast. Well, especially in this part of the world here, because I'm in Alberta, and Alberta is very dry. It's a dry part of the world. Not much humidity. Though we did have some humidity last while, and boy, that was some effect. And we weren't used to that. There we go. I got some going into the gold. I like that. Needing some line work or something, more detailing. You see what I'm saying? We've got some basics down, right? We got some basics, but we need a little something. Little shapes here. There, you see, that's helping it. See how it's just adding a little something extra. We needed something there. Now, this is a red. I'm not sure if this is going to work with this. Oh, it might work. Might work. I'm thinking I'm pretty close to being done with this. Yeah, I think I'm done. Okay, so let's take off the tape. I like adding the white because we've got white in there. You know what you see what I'm saying there? Now with these, now what's beautiful about these, that we can cut these up and we don't have to keep them this way, right? We can turn them and see which way we like best in order to display them, right? Love that crisp line. Oh, little spillage there. Not bad though. Oh, this is my favorite part, I think. I mean, I like the creating part, right? Creating is awesome. Sometimes it can be a little stressful too. You know, you're wondering, oh, okay, is this gonna be okay? But you know, my attitude is you gotta try it. You gotta play. You gotta listen to your intuition. So, you know, because it's the only way, if you try, is then you'll know if it works or not. There we go. That's pretty cool. I'm liking them. Something different, isn't it? Again, I'll take this off, okay, with a knife. I'll get the page and stick it in there because I don't have a knife right now. Otherwise, I would do this. And then I would just move the knife along the outer edge and then I'll cut these, okay? But there we go. I'm so glad you came and joined me today. Thank you for this. I hope you had as fun and that you played as much as I played with this. And you were brave in moments that you needed to be brave. and that you really saw the magic in using colors and layers and all sorts of things. So, yeah, thank you for being here. Here we are for the oracle reading. I am in love with this deck. I just love the drawings, and yeah, I just think they're amazing. This is the Light Seers Pocket Tarot. So it's tinier than a regular deck. So I'm going to show you. Here's the regular deck, right? Okay. Same thickness, but not as big as in the cards. So this is by Chris Ann. I have another one of her decks, and it's for business people. So, one thing I don't like is, naturally because of the size, you have a tinier book with tinier writing. Oh, I'm getting old. But here, you know, here's the cards. Like, they're just wonderful detailing, line work. I mean, it's very similar to kind of my work that I do. Maybe, you know, that's why it just speaks to me. Yeah. So, this is a true oracle card because, or tarot, because it has, you know, the major arcana and the minor arcana and stuff like that. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. It's okay. So, I'm going to be picking a card that's going to be for you, or it could be for someone else who's watching this. It also could be for the collective, right? Let's not forget all of us. What do we all need to hear right now? So it's for one of those two, okay? So I believe, even if you don't believe in this, I believe we can get messages from different places. So messages from the things we see, the animals we see, all around nature and stuff like that. A book, a magazine we just happened to pick up and read something, you know, there's always something for us. So it's just a matter of keeping our eyes open and our ears open. And so with this is kind of much more direct because, yeah, there it is, right? Oh, I want that one, right there. Okay. Again, my intuition guides me. And this one is the Eight of Cups. So here's a cup with a fire on it. It looks like it's in water or marsh or something like that. Something sinking here. Another cup, I guess. She's walking. She's leaving that behind and going towards the sunrise, or is it the sunset? I'm not too sure. So that's the Eight of Cups. Okay. Eight of Cups. Letting go. Releasing that which no longer serves you. A ritual releasing. A time to move stuck energy. Walking away. Leaving your old reality to pursue a new one. Abandonment and disappointment. She has released her last cup into the sea, and her bowl burning ceremony is over. It is time to walk away with something in your life, or is it time to walk away from something in your life? Choosing your sacred dream, especially when you're feeling disappointed, is one of the biggest acts of self-love you can enact. When you take that very first step, you begin to choose yourself. There is nothing more healing or more powerful. Find your resolve and untether any anchors that are holding you back. Though your disillusioned heart may require some TLC, you can realign your path by shedding outgrown expectations, hopes, people, ideas, beliefs, guilt, or ways of being. If you find yourself exhausted or confused or jumping from one thing to another, know that you're entering a mystical period of intense shifting, and that releasing old stories will help you travel lightly. Go in the direction of epic dreams, happiness, and greater meaning. So the affirmation is, I walk away from negativity and I choose myself in a rebellious act of self-love. Wow, powerful. That is beautiful. So I hope you choose yourself. I hope you do. So there we go. We're done. Another one. I'm just so happy that you made it to the end and that you have shared this time with me. I really do believe that art heals and that more art, less stress. And if you believe that, please like and subscribe and tell some friends. The more the merrier, because I'd love to see thousands upon thousands of people creating art and finding some peace in that. So, and joy. So that is good. So I send you off with love, hope, and joy. So be true to yourself, choose yourself, honor yourself. You are loved. Have a great day.